Right guys, back with the second video. As you can see, it's not quite gone to plan. We are now in a Toyota IQ. The Peugeot 206 has left us, so we're going to do a quick recap of the figures there, and yeah, back in a sec. Right then guys, before we go too far into the IQ, if you want to come over to my desk, I'll give you a quick recap of the Peugeot 206 figures. Obviously, Lou, as you know, it didn't quite go to plan. The 206 actually sold within 1 day of listing it. But yeah, I have got a note of all the figures, so if you want to join me over here, I'll give you all a run through of that. So the main cost of the first car was £425. That bought me the Peugeot 206. Like I said in the last video, it did need a new MOT and a service. So, excuse me, I'm just going to read this. So the prep included was a new MOT, valet, service, and there were a few advisories as well. MOT was 45, service was 60, and the advisories were a ball joint dust cover and a rear exhaust hanger. They were only 60 quid as well to sort out, so nothing too major. I'm also going to add in a £100 cost per deal for advertising. I advertise everything on Auto Trader, and it proves to be effective, especially in the cheaper side of things. They sell really quick on there. So the actual car sold for 1,900. So that left us with 1,200 profit in the first car. Maybe we can put some figures on the screen now, just give you a breakdown of all the costs. So my initial investment actually ended up being £700. That's where I'm at with the 206. So yeah, 1,200 profit on the first car. We are now left with 1,900 in the pot. Right, that now brings us back onto the Toyota IQ. It's the second car of the Trade Up Challenge. It's a 1 litre, so benefits from the free road tax. 2009, so a lot newer than the 206, so definitely a bit of an upgrade there. And yeah, it's actually been prepped on my side of things. Unfortunately, Lou couldn't be here for that because he was busy with work. But moving forward, I'll probably invest in some sort of GoPro and capture things a bit better there. But I'll give you a run through of what I've actually done on the car. So first things first, I'm going to start by saying the IQ had obviously been sat for quite some time. I did buy it privately off of someone's drive, but first things first, the bonnet, as you can see, is black. This has been wrapped, but previously it was also wrapped and it was all failing. It was just horrible. So we've got that off. Jason is a good friend of mine and he owns a wrap company near me, which is Unbeatable Tints, Wraps and Signs. He's kindly rewrapped the bonnet free of charge there, so I owe Jason a favour there. Thank you very much. After that, I then polished the headlights, so they were all cloudy and yellow. You may have seen on older vehicles, that's what happens to them. So we gave those a wet sand and a polish. As you can see, they're looking much more fresh now. Gave the car a stage 1 polish type thing just to enhance the paintwork there, so nice and shiny now. Interior wise, I gave it a deep clean. It was sat for quite some time, like I said, so it was disgusting in there. I have been using the car, so there's a bit of grub on the footwells there, but nothing too major. There was moss growing all out the car. I've got a few clips on my phone, so we'll throw those in somehow, but just to show you how bad this car was. But yeah, I've spent a good day cleaning it up, done most of it myself. There's a few little bits left to do, including touching the wheel edges in. There is also, on the other side of the car, one of these indicator repeater lenses is broke, so I've ordered one of those. We'll go through all the costs maybe in the next video, just to summarize that. But yeah, left to do really is just touch the wheel edges in. It's got obviously aftermarket alloys on it. It's quite a good spec car really. It's got a few other wrapped bits of black on it. The roof's wrapped, a few accents on the bumpers, hence why I kept with the black on the bonnet really. And it's obviously a much more cost effective way than painting, given that it was free. But yeah, other than that, not a bad little car. So like I said, this car has evidently been sat for quite some time before me buying it. The rear discs seem to have suffered the worst. As you can see, they are heavily corroded and the car is going to need a new MOT, so it is likely they will be advised if not failed on. So again, that's going to be something we're going to have to do as part of prep. I don't know how much it's going to cost at this stage, but we'll touch on that maybe in a later video or at the end of this one. So I've advertised the car already. It's live on Auto Trader. I've put it on my dealer portal and it does actually advise the car is worth 4,100 in the current market. That is obviously a retail valuation. You might be thinking, well, how did you buy it for 1,500? It's hard to explain the state this car was in when it came in. It had been sat for a while, and like I say, it was just not a very nice car to look at. The owner obviously just wanted it off the drive, so that is why I got it at a great price. It is sometimes worth digging and waiting for the right deal, and that's what I've done in this case. So it has took me sort of 4 or 5 days to find this vehicle, but evidently it was worth it in the end, and there is a great profit opportunity to be had. Like I said, the car is already online. We'll probably put a little screen recording on so you can see this a bit better. But just for my reference, here is the Toyota IQ. It's on for $3,995. Great price, as you can see. So Auto Trader give basically their idea on the market average, and it is coming in at £116 below that. CL Cars is me. You can see all the photos quite clearly on the ad. That is how I present most of the vehicles. And yeah, gives you a rundown of how many miles it's done, the fuel type, and so on. You can actually read the full description as well if you're interested in looking at the ad. So that's the IQ then, guys. Like I said, I have been using this car myself, so I'm going to pull it outside, give it a quick rinse off once again, and yeah, put it back in, ready to sell it. Right then guys, that is the IQ washed off once again. I'm going to tuck it back in the garage now. Now it's all clean again, stop using it so it's ready to sell. The car is already online as I've shown you, so hopefully it doesn't sit around too long. I've not had an IQ before, so I don't know how well it's going to do, but that is the nature of selling cars. But yeah, I'll touch on the prep side of things in the next video, because after the MOT's been done, because I don't know at this stage what everything's going to cost. But yeah, stay tuned, all to come.